Have you ever taken the DC Metro? And if so, you know it can be unpredictable. Trains breaking down, delays in stations that feel like they're stuck in the 70s. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Today, we're going to break down the truth about the DC Metro, the problems, the fixes, and the future. But let's first take a quick background into how the DC Metro came about. The DC Metro opened in 1976, which is new for a transit system in America, compared to others like New York, Chicago, and Boston, which opened in the late 1800s to the early 1900s. And since been opening, it's been a key part of life in the DC area, serving the DMV area, with connections to regional, international hubs like Reagan National and Washington Dulles, and also connecting with intercity transit like Amtrak. The DC Metro is awarded for its outstanding infrastructure and being an interesting system due to the out-of-state service it gives and the large area it covers. At its peak, it carried over 700,000 riders daily, connecting Maryland, Virginia, and DC with no issue at all. But over the years, post-pandemic ridership issues and funding issues and maintenance problems and aging infrastructure, these problems have took over the DC Metro with many issues. So you may ask, what's the problem? Well, the first issue is aging trains and tracks. Some of the cars that run on the DC Metro are over 40 years old and opened with the system. And the tracks need constant repairs, which is expensive compared to just purchasing new fleets and better tracks that don't need as much maintenance. Issue number 2. The Metro depends on a mix of federal and local funding, which makes budgets tight. That means repairs and upgrades often get delayed or, in a worst case scenario, canceled, which is time that the DC Metro doesn't have. Issue number 3, safety and reliability. In recent years, there have been derailments, accidents, and frequent delays that frustrate riders and even questioning whether the DC Metro is safe. And these accidents and all these delays has tainted Metro's image badly. And issue number 4, the COVID aftermath. Ridership dropped during the pandemic, like everywhere else, but the only difference is that recovery has been slower than expected from Metro, compared to other systems that was able to snap back. So, it's not all bad and gloom. Metro is working on several fixes to improve their system. Solution number 1 being new trains and tracks. New modern trains are being rolled out across Metro, and tracks are being updated and replaced to meet modern day traffic and safety standards. Solution number 2. Technology upgrades. Better signaling systems are being installed to improve safety. These signaling systems are best known as CBTC and ATO, which Metro already had, but with recent issues, it hasn't been as reliable as it should have been. So it's being upgraded and making Metro more efficient. But let's break down what these things actually are for people that don't know. CBTC stands for Communications-Based Train Control, which depicts the spacing between trains and controls operations and speed on a train, making it more efficient and more safer. But Metro wouldn't be the first nor last transit system to do this. New York City, MTA, subway system already adapted to this modern signaling system, to some parts around their system. And many more around the world are using this technology and expanding on it as we speak. Now let's talk about ATO, which stands for Automatic Train Operation. ATO controls the train via computer, but there will still be an operator in the seat just in case trains have to drive manually, and also the operator will oversee the computer's functions. And that brings me to my first point. All these upgrades must use new technology trains to accomplish these new features, so replacing the fleet is very important. The fleet is the backbone to all these upgrades. And my final point for solutions is expansion. Yes, Metro is already a big system, but some lines are in the planning stage to be extended, and some have already been done. For example, the most recent extension Metro has seen is the Silver Line, Phase 2, which added 6 new stops, and one including a direct connection to Washington Dulles International Airport, which is a key part of this extension, and added 11.4 miles of new track to Metro, with a new terminus at Ashburn for the Silver Line. But even with these efforts, many experts say it will take years of work and funding to fully get Metro back to pre-pandemic levels and performance. So you're probably like, well, this all seems cool and all, but as a daily commuter on Metro, what would this mean to me personally? Well, I'm glad you asked. This means that if you ride the Metro, expect occasional delays, but also some improvements in the next few years. Commuters may need to plan ahead and be aware of service changes and possible closures in certain areas. But stay updated and stay tuned on the new technology trains and fleets coming to Metro and safety improvements. The DC Metro is a lifeline for the city, but it's clear it has a lot of work to do. Are you a Metro rider? And if so, what has your experience been like? Was it frustrating, okay, or surprisingly smooth? Comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to see more videos breaking down transit in America. See y'all in the next one.